inside. The old gods granted me a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping the magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the known. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you proceed. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are we are
Welcome back to another episode of Original GM. So, some shit happened. Wanted to be completely honest with you guys. We have a thing in our home about being honest. And I know some of you have noticed that we're Native American. Some of you don't know that. But I'll state it now. And it's important for us to not push out energy of any sort that's deceptive to family. There's a saying, you can lie to your friends, but not to your family. And if you guys have been watching, you're family. So, simply put, we're not going to lie to you. With that being said, we lost an episode. It was a computer glitch. Something took place in the new campaign, and I think it's episode 3 has vanished. Or episode 4, yeah, it's episode 4, yeah. Episode 4 has vanished. It's completely off of every hard drive. No sign of it even being on our computer ever, which is just a strange thing. Everything else is there before and after. So instead of lying to you and trying to create the 4th episode from scratch and act it out and do everything that happened in it, I'm just going to fill you guys in on what took place so that we can move on and get past this. So Osith. So you guys know from the last episode that they were headed to try to capture a brownie from the herbalist down in the Velvet Underground. And so they woke up the next morning. And actually it wasn't morning, it was around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They had slept in. It was pretty late, somewhere around noon to 2. Osith took a bath and she relaxed. And she found out that in times of relaxation, when she relaxes, that these memories start to come back to her about what happened in Monarch in her former life. So in this particular memory, as she was laying in the bath, somewhat drifting off, she heard a loud noise. She realized that she was in a very rich home and that she felt safe there. She had parents, a mother and a father. Her mother seems very vivid to her. She went out her bedroom door, looked down the balcony into the hallways and into the entry chamber, where she saw a Vulcan woman dressed in full armor, full plate. She wasn't wearing a helmet though. and she had piercing blue eyes, and she stared up at her. And she says, "What is your house? What is your name? Who are you, little girl?" The next thing she remembers is that there was screaming downstairs. She saw what seemed to her to be servants being drugged to the ground and tied up, and so she ran. When she turned around to run into her bedroom to find a way out, she was hit in the head. She has no memory of who hit her or what happened. When she woke up, she was sitting outside of this home in the city streets of Monarch, and she remembered that the lady was saying, "Are you of House Sith? Are you a Sith?" And she remembered that as this woman was talking to her, suddenly there were mounted patrol everywhere with glowing red eyes all about. There were people being chased. And it's kind of a conglomerate of memories together. She realizes that she was given a sword of some type that she carries with her. And it was most recently given back to her. Recently in the near future will be given back to her. She remembers there was a sword, a vanguard sword from the city of Verb, from the Verbodyne people. She also remembers the symbol that she has. And so that happened to Osith, and she learned that her name was Sith. And in so doing, there were future conversations with Doobie about Vey, his last name, which was Sith. So come to find out, through discussion, she's related to Vey. And cousins, to be exact. Something that some of you already know Vey is aware of, but for whatever reason has waited for her, Osith, whose real name is Rey. Reva Sith is her full name. Even though Reva Sith is in her memory, she hasn't completely adopted all of that energy yet. So anyway, they went to the Elven section because Dusty told them that Vey had left early in the morning. So Valia tracked him and went into the Elven section, past the Elven Citadel, where Yayla kind of flirted with some of the guards of the Elven Empire. They moved on and they came to a place called the College of Exotic Husbandry, and it was a location that the brownie was supposed to be in, according to the tracks of Vey and the information they had gained. Long story short, it ended up being somewhat of a dungeon with a temple to Erishkigal, a very evil goddess, one of the evil ones of the pantheon. And there was a priest there that they came in contact with, and there was an altercation. Doobie summoned an earth elemental, which is very powerful for their level, but he has an innate ability as a deep gnome to do such a thing. So their thing was to rescue Vey. They realized he had been knocked out, something had happened. And down in the dungeon, they pulled him out of a prison cell area and were able to get him back on the team again. As they continued in deeper into it, that's where they found the temple. Meanwhile, they were being hunted by a displacer beast the whole time, closing doors, barring things behind them. So sad that it didn't end up getting recorded. It would have been a great episode, but that kind of catches you up with that. And then when they had went into this place, they had met some fairies, a quickling that was with the brownie, and a sprite and a pixie. They ended up capturing them by Osith, or Rey, playing the whistle that was given to her. And it brought the Fae into a paralyzed state and out of their invisibility, and they were able to capture them. She put the leash on the brownie, and before they left this location, there was another professor from the college, the Elven College, named Professor Doctora. And Professor Doctora was imprisoned there by the other professor. Professor Ilkleaf was his name. And Professor Ilkleaf is also the one who is supposedly a priest of Erishkigal in the city of Beacon, even though it's the Elven section, it's still in the city. So quite a big deal there. And so let's see. Dusty, they had found a statue in there in the temple, and Dusty had picked it up, and he threatened the priest to smash it, because Dusty realized that the statue itself was what was giving the priest or Professor Ilkleaf the power to become a priest of Ereshkigal in this city. If he smashed it, he would have lost some levels, some experience. So he threatened him with that, and they were able to get out alive. And they gathered a few magic items here and there, some boots, a cloak, bracers, 4 different rings, and there was a pretty cool gem that was in the room when they first encountered the priest that has the ability to suck any light in a 120-foot radius into the gem. So it can make a place dark, and it can also be cast from the gem to any location and placed anywhere, so it can bring light or take light away. And Doobie ended up getting that item. I believe Dusty got the cloak, which ended up being a cloak of displacement. They ended up fighting the displacer beast, but they did not kill it. They just escaped with their lives. Wait, no, you did kill it. They did kill it. I'm sorry. They did kill the displacer beast. It was Vey with his unholy Avenger vocal sword. Such a powerful item on a young character, but they are Twinks after all. So let's see, what else was there? They found out that Professor Doctora was a psychic surgeon and a specialist at the college, the Elven College. They were able to save him. When they left this place, they started losing memory of this place. The longer they were away from it, Vey was able to use a magic resistance from his sword within a 5-foot radius, and everyone gathered together, and they were able to dispel the spell off of them. They did this down in the underground. The professor, after he gained all of his knowledge back, they realized that he had lost some memories of some sort because he had been there a while. He started to wander off, and as they went to catch back up with him, they were accosted by the individuals that they had fought with, that they had chopped off the head of one of the leaders down in the underground from an episode before. And they fought 12 of them and killed all of them. But as they were fighting them, Professor Ilkleaf came with 2 strong-arm warriors, and the party was able to kill everybody, including the professor, in that episode. So, excuse my coughing. They tried to go back in the city with the Fae, with the fairies, and Brownie on a leash that they had given her, and they wouldn't let him in the city because they had an earth elemental with them. Doobie kept the earth elemental with him, so he had to dismiss that before they let him in. They let him in then, and when they got to the lake area inside of Beacon, they let the Fae go. They kept the Brownie. At that point, they traversed to the Temple of Tarnak. Once they got to the Temple of Tarnak, they went underground, back into the Velvet Underground, and turned the quest in, so to say. Went to the herbalist, got paid, and gave the Brownie back to her. So, and that's when the professor tried to run away, and they grabbed him, and then they got into that altercation, and all that took place. So from there, they ended up going back to Vane Manor, and then episode 5 we'll start there. So I think I remembered pretty much everything. If you have any questions or comments, put it down, and I'll try to answer them, or we can try to answer them. We're sorry that the episode got lost. I don't know what happened again, but thank you guys for your patience. We look forward to doing more episodes and continuing to have it out there. Instead of not posting an episode for this week, we're just putting this at the beginning of an episode. So thank you so much. Welcome back to Original GM. I'm Hupahu, once again, your DM, and joined with Chikala, Chi. Last time we left with our adventurers in the Temple District, and they have made their way to the Vane Manor. They're sitting around the fireplace with their booty, all the things they collected from this last adventure, really the first treasure you've gotten as a party. The professor is still with you. So we will start this game with the Twinks of Beacon inside of the Vane Manor. Thank you guys for joining us again, and here we go. All right. have made your way to the Vane Manor. You're all sitting around the fireplace, various locations. Fire is burning, crackling. You feel good about yourselves, even though there was some strangeness with the Fae. You released 3 of them, turned 1 back in, collected your gold, only to be assaulted again by the professor, who obviously had a vendetta. You guys fled the scene from the Velvet Underground and are now in the Vane Manor. What do you do?
The first thing I'm gonna do is heal myself,
Okay.
because I realized I forgot to heal myself in that last
And
combat.
I might add that our adventurers have leveled up. They've gained experience, a little bit of experience from this last adventure. And so you're gonna heal?
I am. I'm
Okay.
gonna start out with a Cure Light Wounds and see if that does it, and if
Okay.
it doesn't, then I'll do another one.
All right.
7, all but 1.
Okay. You gonna stop there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it. That's fine.
So you're at 34 hit points. Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You have the bag with all the gold. Remy pulls out the gold that he was able to get off the bodies. He was able to collect around 600 gold pieces,
Nice.
and he'll put that into the kitty.
Pull out all the gold that I have.
6,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 6,600 divided between the 8 of you. And you have that figure, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys have got all that. Everybody seems to be very, very excited about today's events. The professor didn't mind if you guys stopped by the house to collect yourselves for a moment before you took him back. Doobie is sitting next to him on the couch and is giving him some food and his wineskin of water to try to hydrate him back. He looks pretty bad. Vay tells him that there's a bathroom if he wants to get cleaned up. It's probably no problem, wouldn't be any bother for us. And then he smiles, turns back around, kind of staring at the fire. Dusty goes, no, for sure, you can use the restroom. It's that way, restroom over there.
That door right there.
And the professor does. He'll go and get cleaned up.
While he's in there, I'm gonna get up and go sit in front of the fireplace and pray for spells.
Okay. Fill your spell slots. You've already got a night's rest.
Yep.
You were waiting. So, Valia, you feel something rub up against your thigh, like a dog or something right here, and it just kind of sits and presses against you.
Reach down,
Okay.
touch it.
You feel fur, hair, but you can't see anything.
Guys,
Yeah.
she'll keep her hand on it.
Okay.
What's up?
They look at you.
What type of invisible animal on my leg?
What?
You're weird.
She'll pet it.
Okay.
Just like petting air.
It starts to appear when you pet it. It's that blink dog-like creature that you guys had seen with the Fae.
Oh yeah.
And it's just sitting at your feet and it kind of looks up at you. Just,
I'll pick it up.
no, it's,
Oh, it's not a little dog. It's a huge dog. Oh goodness.
yeah, it's a big dog.
I'll look over at it and be like, "Hi, baby." Talk to it.
Who does that? I'm sorry.
Osa.
Osa does it? So there it is right there. Zoom in on
Remind me what it looks like again.
that. Like that.
The camera is right.
Uh-oh.
You can't see it.
Nice. Okay. Thank you.
I can't see the map because the camera's in the way. Shout out to Mercer. Okay, he is definitely a boy, you know. He kind of looks over at you when you do that, Osith, and kind of walks over kind of towards you and smells around there, around Yayla and you.
Hold my hand out.
He smells it. Then he kind of moves and he kind of goes over by Remy and smells Remy, and then kind of goes around Vay and ends up smelling over by Doobie, and Doobie has got some food out that he was going to give the professor, and he gives him a little bit of beef jerky and he eats it. But he takes it and he comes over and he sits next to Velia and he lays at your feet, Velia.
Sweet baby.
There you go. Look like you got a friend.
I wonder what his name is.
The OG.
What was his name? They told us his name. What was it? Oh, maybe I wrote it down.
Dusty says, yeah, one. He goes, Rover. Dog, Rover.
Rover, that was
The
it.
dog kind of looks up at him when he says that. He kind of turns and looks over at Dusty and kind of goes over towards him and sniffs him. Sits back down right there.
Nice. Good boy, Rover. Good boy.
He looks up at you.
Did we just get a pet?
Something.
So,
God can turn invisible.
right? Why isn't he with the Fae? Why is he not?
Evidently, he followed us and we didn't know it. About that point, the professor comes out. He seems to be cleaned up as best he can. He kind of walks in, sees the dog, and kind of stops right there.
You're okay.
Kind of goes around him, and the dog stands up and smells him as he goes, and he kind of goes way around quickly, goes over and sits down. The dog sees that he's nervous and just continues to sit at your feet right there.
It's really freaking cool. Nice.
Is Velia the only one who's good in the party? Yeah. Curious.
As far as you know, I mean,
Right.
as far as you know, you've never known a lineman or detective good yet, so you don't know. Vay probably, you know, Vay can do that innately. He knows who's good and who's evil
Right.
pretty much anytime he wants to. Anyway, so you don't know.
Let's see what we got. Yeah. She'll pull off her backpack
Okay.
and set it down, start pulling the stuff out. It's a cloak, a pair of boots, 4 rings, and bracers.
Mm-hmm. Just put them out. The cloak is made of a gray fabric. It has a hood. Two of the rings are made of solid gold. The other two, out of those two, one of them has a red sapphire gem, and it's silver. And then the other one has topaz, and it's silver. And then the boots are gray color, and the bracers are really nicely made leather bracers, but they're hardened leather bracers. And they have pictures of arrows carved in the leather that go like this. Go down. And that's all you can really tell about any of it. Dusty I'm trying to think. So, yeah, he can't do it. But Vay can walk over there and do it.
Do what?
He grabs his sword and he looks at him, you know. He's like, everything there is magical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder what they are.
He reaches down and grabs one of the gold rings. Walks over and sits back down at the fire.
So there's 8 of us and there's 7 items.
Doobie says, there's also this, and he walks forward and he puts the gem out there.
Oh, the gem he grabbed off the
Yeah.
altar.
Yeah, he goes back and sits down. He says, that's an Embrance gem, he says.
What does that mean?
Basically, it will capture light from 120 foot from you and pull it into the gem and put it out wherever it was. But you can also take whatever light that's in there and do the same if there's a light in there. And shoot it 120 feet out and light an area.
That's really cool.
That's really cool.
So an Embrance gem is what that is.
Do you want me to write it down?
Sure. He just shrugs his shoulders, takes his gauntlet off and puts the ring on. And he's like,
What is it? What is it?
he starts laughing out loud, really loud, echoes through the hallway, just laughs.
What is it?
Well, first off,
Well, come on.
no, it is cursed. He looks back at the items and shakes his head. This is known as a ring of truth. I may never speak a lie while wearing it.
Well, isn't that just perfect? She'll smile.
He smiles and looks at
Billy
it.
laughs.
That's the curse. However, I can't tell if anyone is lying.
Oh, nice.
Interesting, huh?
That's handy.
Tries to pull it off again. I think I'm not allergic to gold.
Nice.
Well, isn't that quaint? Well, there we go. And he turns back around and looks at the fire. He just,
Oh, he has to tell me the truth. Ask questions.
Dusty walks up and he's like, looks at him. He looks at his cloak and you can tell it's ragtag and cut and raggedy.
Go ahead. Be
Takes it
careful.
off and grabs the cloak and puts it on. Cloak is warm. This is a good cloak.
Look at you.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Close the
Yeah.
head. Like that beast that we fought.
Where you disappear.
Displacement. That's a cloak. That's so cool. That's a cloak of displacement. Oh my goodness.
That was Dusty.
That's
Yeah.
perfect for
Nice,
Dusty.
it is.
He doesn't have very many hit points. What is it, like 11 or something?
13.
13?
Yeah. But that's gonna drop his armor class better too.
I'll look at this stuff. I'm gonna pick up the boots. Take a look at them. Is that okay? You with bracers? Yeah. Okay.
Pick up the boots.
Yeah. I'll take my boots off.
Okay.
Put them on.
They fit perfectly to your foot, like they magically fit to your feet. They don't feel strange or anything. Like you. What do you do? They feel light and comfortable.
They don't do anything?
Get up, walk around.
I will. I'll get up and walk.
As you start walking, you realize that you can leave footprints behind you of either a dog, a cat, a horse, or a stag, deer, a male deer, behind you instead of your tracks. You can vary between whichever one you want at any time. They're called Boots of Varied Tracks. So Boots of Varied Tracks are 1,500 experience points as well. Is that going to level you again, or I don't think so?
I don't think so.
I think
no.
you're still,
Hold on.
so you should be good. So check that and
Let
let's
me
make sure.
look.
You're gonna take the bracers.
Yeah.
You place them on and you realize you're wearing bracers of archery.
Ha.
Gives you a +2 to hit and +1 damage with a bow. And
I'm so sorry. Give me a second.
it's worth 1,000 experience.
Yeah, no, not even close.
Yeah,
How
so
much
you get,
experience did you say?
1,500.
Give me those numbers again, please.
1,000 experience.
Uh-huh.
Bracers of archery +2 to hit, +1 damage.
Okay.
Is it like a passive thing? Can I just choose one and
Just
it'll
choose
do
one
that?
and it'll do that. Yeah.
Dog. Dog for Prince.
Remy will go and take the ring with the yellow stone in it. He'll take that one. Put it on. Braid will take the other ring. And then who's left? Should be it. Wait. There's one ring left, right? Braid. Yayla. Yayla takes the other ring. So Yayla will tell you the ring of fire resistance that she took.
Nice.
Yeah. Braid says his is a ring of jumping, which he's a barbarian already, so he can leap a certain amount of a distance. With this, he can leap an additional 30 more feet. So per round, he can move 180 some feet
Nice.
per round. Instead of, yeah, because he moves at 15, and then, so yeah, it's like 180 some feet if he uses his leaping and springing as well with this ring.
Nice.
And then Remy tells you his is a ring of free action. It's really difficult for him to get adjusted. His movement rate's not adjusted by things like water doesn't affect him. He still moves regular speed.
Oh wow. That's
Slippery
cool.
surfaces, whatever it is, and various other things. Be good. It's good for him. So there you go.
Nice.
There's all the magic items. Only one cursed, and Vay put it on right off
Now
the
he
bat.
has to tell the truth.
And now he has to tell the truth. Well, now he can't speak a lie.
Mm.
So
So it offset what happened to
it
him.
offset what happened to him. Yeah, and it's cursed, so it's locked on his finger. He can't take it off. Yeah. Interesting.
Now he can't lie to me about the shit I was gonna ask him about.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Well, because I was sitting there and I was like, well, if she's related to Vay, if they have the same last name, he can't even tell her the truth if she brings it up.
He couldn't have, but
Now
it's,
he can.
the subject has not been brought up with him yet. He is
hasn't.
not aware that you're aware or have any idea of any of that.
She needs to bring it up.
Anyway, so when you get up, because you have to get up to go over to the pile, Valia.
Me? Yeah.
When you get up, the dog follows you. It stays right by your side all the way up to where you grab the bracers and then goes back to the chair with you.
Goodness. When I sit back down and I realize he's followed me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to my most gentle telepathy voice talk to the dog
In what language?
in common.
What do you say?
Can you understand me?
of looks up at you like confused.
Good boy. I said that out loud. Good boy.
Goes back. Doesn't seem to understand what you said. Heard it.
He heard it though.
Yeah.
And knew it was my voice.
Hey, Valia.
Hey.
I have a spell in memory that might help. What is it? Speak with animals?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want, I could cast it.
Can you cast it on me? Or is it just something that you do?
I don't know. Hold on. Eyes and plate. Don't know the answer to that question. Give me just a moment. Continue. You can go ahead.
It's what she would have asked.
We'll wait. We'll wait.
Yeah, that was it.
Sorry, wrong book.
It's all good.
Speak with animals is in players too, because it's druidic.
Druidic in players 1 and players 2 is priest, clerical. So good. I believe that it's for you,
I think so too, but I just wanted to make sure.
but
But Valia would have asked.
yeah.
The spell empowers the priest to comprehend and communicate with any warm or cold-blooded animals. Which I'm in.
So no, she can't give it to you.
So no, I can't.
But that if you could talk, that would be wonderful.
I could communicate. What do you want me to tell him?
Like find out why he followed us. Is he my pet now? Is he our pet now? Like what kind of animal is he? Like I have lots of questions I would like to ask. If it were
Should look at
possible.
the duration and all that. I think I lost one. Where did it go? Duration 2 rounds per level and a 3rd level.
6 rounds.
6 rounds. How long is that out of combat? Like 6 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll cast it.
Okay. It goes off.
Walk up to the dog.
Okay.
Kneel down in front of him. Cast it.
Okay. So you walk up to it, kneel down in front of it, and cast it. He stops, kind of looks at you, and sits up. Like
Puffing his chest out.
yeah, a little bit. When you come to him and start to cast, he kind of gets nervous, but he doesn't attack you.
Put my hand on him. It's
Okay.
okay. Good boy.
You cast it.
Yeah.
All right. You feel a connection.
Hello.
He says hello. Goes up to you. Just licking you.
I'll pet him. Why are you following us, Cervelia? Her. Are you lost?
The energy that it gives you is a limited intelligence, but it would be defined as wanderlust. It would be defined as he's just looking, searching, adventuring, going out, in the world, looking around, smells, and that kind of thing. You can tell with that he's been caged too. He's not now, so
She'd look at Valia and be like, so he's an adventurer and he's been trapped up in a cage is basically the gist of it. He wants to adventure.
Nice.
And then you asked about Bailey. He told you he likes her. He likes the smell of her.
He likes your smell. That's why he's following you.
Nice.
Okay. Anything else? Any other questions?
Tell him he's welcome to stay here. He's welcome to stay with me as long as he wants.
She'll tell him, you're welcome to stay with us as long as you want.
He asked, you mean like be trapped here?
No.
Just go places with you?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I leave it home.
it's a limited intelligence, So
Right,
it's
right.
definitely a dog.
Right.
You're like, this is a
Definitely a dog. It's no
Yeah.
funky funkies.
No.
Okay.
A bay dog?
Cool.
What? I know you can't. I don't have any proficiencies to tell me.
You want to try to ask him how he does it, or
Yeah.
what do you say?
Why can you turn invisible? Where we can't see you.
He tells you the bad man that changed him, that did things to him, experiments on him.
Okay, yeah, so she would tell everybody that he's definitely a dog, but he can turn invisible and do that because of Professor Oakleaf doing experiments on it. I believe it's Professor Oakleaf. The bad man.
Right.
I'm guessing.
Yeah. For sure.
But he's like, oh, you got a pup, congratulations.
I've never had a pup. Nice. Rover, right? Is that really his name? Can you ask him that?
I will. I'll ask him if his name's Rover.
He doesn't really have a name. He says, you know, that people have called him that recently to get his attention. The little people, he tells you.
So she would tell you that he doesn't really have a name. That's what the little people call him. My spell's gonna end soon. If you can come up with a name quickly, I can tell him that that's what you're gonna call him. I know it's been. How long's it been?
You still got enough time.
Still got enough time.
It's been like 3 minutes.
Okay.
2.5, 3 minutes.
No pressure.
Right?
Faye says, I still think you should go with the OG.
That's kind of clever. It really is kind of
I
clever.
kind of like it.
The OG is a good name. Dog, you ain't gotta get too personal.
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she'll tell him. She's gonna call you DOG.
He looks at you, okay. He asks what that means. Like what that word means. It's just me. It means me.
Yes.
Okay.
She'll tell him that, yeah. That's not technically a lie. It's not.
He's happy. He tells you he likes you.
I'll pat him. I like you too.
He asks if Bay's a bad man.
I don't know. It's a good question.
What's your intelligence?
17. He's gonna attack him if I say yes.
Roll under it.
Yeah.
If this dog's going to travel with you, you probably don't want Bay doing anything to it. And if the dog growls at Bay or goes after him, Bay will do something to it. So you might want to be careful what you say to the dog about Bay.
She would tell him no, but to just steer clear of him.
Okay. All right.
Stay away from him. Just stay with me and her. The rest of them are pretty much okay, but
Okay.
Yeah.
It tells you that the little guy by the fire has good food. And he says he can smell it and pack, like he's got lots of good food, he tells you. Not just a little.
oh yeah.
I want some, he says.
Doobie, he wants some of your food.
Oh, okay.
He says you have lots of good food, is what he told me.
Yeah, it looks
So
at
kind
you.
of smile at
He
him.
kind of looks confused.
That's what he said.
I got jerky. I got tack.
Yeah,
Here.
he's a dog.
Dog goes over there, takes it. He's like, I do carry spices with me though. I got a lot of spices.
Ah,
Maybe that's what he smells.
maybe.
You know, I am a cook.
Are you?
Yeah, but there's no kitchen here, so I can't really. I mean, I guess I could use fireplace if we ever
Yeah,
need
that's
to cook
so
anything.
weird. Why is there no kitchen?
No, I thought it was strange. How can you have a family home with no kitchen? This is supposed to be a manor to your uncle, right? Why does he not eat? Does he not have family? I mean, this place isn't really homey, is it? It is now. We can make it more homey, but
So the way that I grew up is meals were cooked by staff, and lots of us ate
yeah.
together.
Doobie says, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
So
Local history to know if he has family or not.
Who?
Doobie?
The
Oh.
people who lived in this house, Gordon.
Yeah.
I'd have to roll that, right?
History.
Yeah, you know he has twins, children with Eris.
Yeah, I know him and Ares have kids, so kind of weird. Kind of weird that there's no kitchen.
Doobie says there has been no kids in this home.
No?
No. He looks around.
He didn't ever live here, he told me.
Ah.
He had it built and then never actually lived here. So that's kind of why he went ahead and gave it to me.
I'm sure because it's the name that it is, the main manor, it's worth so much more. Built by him, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be worth a fortune, Doobie says. That's good. Good.
So
Bless you.
Oof. Thank
we
you.
kind of need to get him back to.
If Velia sneezes like that, you're not sure, you might be allergic to the dog.
It's not funny.
Hold on, let me see. No.
Would an allergy be like a disease? Is it? So if she was, I could cure it.
I'm sure some of your clerical spells could have some effect on an allergy. That is an existential conversation that, yeah, you should ask somebody that cares, like a priest about it or something. Someone that knows.
So we should probably get the professor back to his.
He's eating right now, by the way. He's just
Oh,
been
is he?
listening to you
Okay.
guys just eating some of the food.
I'm sure it feels good to just be in a quiet,
Warm,
safe place,
yeah.
warm by the fire.
Yeah, you're not sure how long he was there, you don't know. Any of that.
So I wonder if the construction people came by while we were gone. I didn't even think about that. They were supposed to come by
I
today.
don't know. Dusty says, no one's been here.
No?
You can tell if somebody's been here when we're gone.
Yes.
You just get better and better.
Hmm.
That's really awesome. So when we leave and come home, you can always tell if somebody's been here.
Yes.
That's a wonderful talent.
Magic. And now he looks so different because he's in the gray cloak with his gray hair. He looks different. Yellow eyes, you know. Not all yellow robe made him look, and it was kind of thin, made him look weak. He looks a little bit better in this.
Nice.
Not like a target.
Right. So, Dusty, you said you're a cleric?
Yes.
That's really cool. You never told us that.
Subject didn't come up. We didn't ask about it. You didn't ask. I didn't answer. You didn't ask.
I did.
You're asking now.
I am.
Yes. Why?
I was just curious who you're a cleric of.
Mira.
Really?
Yes.
Never would have guessed.
No.
No. That's really cool. Let it go now. I'm trying to change the subject.
He nods.
What time of day is it?
It's nightfall. By the time you guys made it home, it was getting dark. It was dark. So you walked up right at the time it turned dark.
So we're probably should get him once he's done eating back to the place. I can't remember.
Hey, Pops. Yeah, this is. Hey, Pops. And she jumps up and walks over to him. So, who'll be taking you to, and what are we going to say? What's going on? Why are we doing this? What's happening? We're not just taking you right back. There's things you need us. You said you needed witnesses and all that. What's the scoop? And he kind of stops eating. He looks up. He's like, "Thank you again for being able to clean up in the food. You have been so very kind to me. I'm going to the university, the academy, so that I can tell the headmaster. And I will need you to come with me as witnesses to what's taken place, so that they believe me. I've been missing for a week. I'm sure they wondered where I've gone. I'm sure there's been wanted posters and probably bounties and things, money to be made and that kind of stuff." Vay goes, "Excuse me? Bounties? To return you?" He's like, I'm sure. Vay kind of stands up. He's like, "Where would you find bounties like that?" Thieves Guild, up at the Merchants Guild Hall, by the castle. The Mercenaries Guilds probably have them. Various places. But, well, we should definitely grab one of those before we take you back, so that will help our endeavors, don't you think? And he's like, "Yeah, that is a good idea for you. Yeah, you'll get some money. I'm sure."
It's a good idea.
Vay kind of looks at you guys. He's like, "Yayla and I will go get one."
All right.
She's like, "Okay." He's like, where do you want us to meet? Back here?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Guess so.
We all should probably think about getting food, huh?
Yeah. I'd like to go get something too
Yeah.
before we go.
Shopping?
Not really.
Or
Kind of. Not really. I just need a notebook.
oh, okay.
The professor kind of looks at you. He's like, I understand that it's very dark out right now, and that it's quite a haul there. If we need to wait till the morning or something, we can do that. As long as you guys protect me, I should be okay. I mean, the professor's dead, so unless he was in league with someone else, we should be all right.
We should. And also, Dusty, didn't you say you were going to contact your dad and let him know
Tell him, yes, I can do that.
what happened?
We can do that. I'll go with Vay.
Because we didn't wait, so.
Vay kind of looks. He's like, yeah, okay. Want to go meet the Royal Court Wizard? He kind of looks at Dusty. He's like, not sure if I'm dressed for that.
Yeah. Probably.
Dusty's like, dressed? Do you get dressed? He's like, no, young one. You can't go into the castle in front of the king or in front of the Royal Court Wizard dressed like this. In armor. It would be very threatening. There's protocol.
So let's wait on that.
We should get our finery on
It's
and go
really
there.
nice.
Do that. What?
She would say the king's really nice.
Yes, but he kind of looks at you for a second and kind of smiles and then looks back over the other.
Off.
I know that we,
She would straight up be like, fuck off. Like,
well, I know you can't help not know, but social status dictates that we wear certain clothing. At least Vayli and I.
What house are you from again? Smile at him.
What do you mean?
Your house.
Your last
Social
name.
social status.
The house is
Sith.
the house. Sith.
Sith?
Yes.
Yeah. Cobra Amelia. Just
So-
needed confirmation. She didn't say that out loud, but that's what she's thinking. She just needed confirmation.
So it's really a matter of priorities, what needs to be done and
Yeah.
what needs to be done first.
Agreed. We should get paid first. Do you think?
Well, I was kind of thinking maybe.
Eat first? It's got to be one of those two, am I right? Doobie's like, no, there is things going on, babe, that we need to tell the authorities about.
That.
Oh, yes, I suppose we should.
That is what we need to do first.
You're right.
And then we can do all the other stuff. So how quick can you guys get that poster?
I really don't want to have to go get it. He looks at Gayla. You know your way around, right? She says, yeah.
And you're quick,
Why don't you
right?
go get one? Especially if we're planning on meeting with the king or anyone like that, or his father. We'll make sure that we're able to look correct. About that point, there's a knock on the door. Boom, boom, boom.
I'll get up.
Boom,
Come on,
boom,
boy.
Boom, boom, boom.
Come on, boy.
He
Call.
comes with you. As soon as you go, he looks on alert, and he goes invisible. The dog
That's
does.
the guards.
Yeah.
I bet that's a city watch, you guys, or somebody.
So you go to the door by yourself with the dog?
Yeah, if nobody follows me.
I'll go with her.
You go with her?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You come to the door, you open it. There's City Watch right there. And some guy dressed in finery. He looks very important. And he has a city symbol emblem on his chest. The Inquisitor. It says Inquisitor of Beacon. He's like, aha, madam.
Greetings.
How are you this evening?
It's been a really rough day. We were actually just on our way to see the Royal Court Wizard and the King.
Where are you?
We were.
Might I have your names?
Velia Vane.
Oh, Sith.
So, you're the one that works for Miss Morrissey, correct?
Yes.
Yes, and you would be, Gordon,
Is my uncle.
or is it Victor?
He goes
Anyway,
by Gordon.
yes, your uncle, you would be the niece of Gordon.
Yes.
Do you mind if I come in? Of course, I'll leave them out.
Absolutely. Go on in.
He nods at them, and they kind of turn around and guard the door, like from anybody coming in, or you can tell. And as you look around, there's like 16 of them in the streets here. There's like it's on your whole block. Like they're all kind of standing around looking at you.
Yeah.
When you let him in. Close the door.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. You come back, or you come in right in the foyer right here, and he looks at the wall and he's like,
Cough.
yes, smells wonderful. Wonderful.
Yes.
Is it brewing?
It's not.
Oh, I would have loved a cup.
It's not. I'm not quite sure why, but Uncle Gordon didn't build a kitchen in this house.
That would be because they do not sleep or eat, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Why there would be no kitchen. After you.
What you're smelling is all around the corner. All of this.
Ah, My goodness, this seems strange.
It is.
Where did all of this come from?
Uncle Gordon.
So he owns this place?
It's all his stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he gave it to me.
Well, so you own this, all of
Yes.
this. But the coffee came with it.
Yes.
Like I said, I love a good cup of coffee.
I wish I could make you one.
You continue to walk through here. You
Yeah.
come around this corner, and you come into this room. When you walk into the room, Vay and Remy and Yayla are gone. You did not see them.
Is it
Chicken shits.
Braid, Dusty, and Doobie?
It's Braid, Dusty, and Doobie, and
Us two.
Professor Doctora,
Mm.
and you guys. So yeah. You come in. He kind of looks around. He says, "Oh my.
Have a seat.
Hello, everyone." And Braid nods at him. Doobie kind of waves at him. He's eating some jerky. Waves at him. Dusty doesn't say anything. He just keeps his head down. He's like, I did not mean to interrupt anything. And he turns and looks over on the floor where the bag is that all the stuff was in that you put on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, someone dropped that. And points down at it.
Mm. My backpack?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
Okay.
Pinch it, put it on.
He smiles.
Have a seat, please.
Why, thank you, he says. He goes over and sits down in the chair that Vay usually sits in. He turns it facing away from the fireplace towards you guys. And he looks at it for a second and then looks at the ground. And you see him kind of smile, and he just turns to the chair and sits. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Were you getting ready to leave, or?
We were.
Oh, well, it'll just take a moment of your time.
Okay.
I'm looking for an individual that was seen with you, and some others that were with you as well, as witnesses. There was 2 murders down in the Velvet Underground, and we are investigating those murders. 2 murders in specific that were possibly unjustified. There were others that, of course, were justified, but the individual was an Ashentale, seen with you all. You know who I speak of course.
Mm-hmm.
Would you know his whereabouts?
I don't. I'm sorry.
But he was here.
We've all been together most of the day.
So you will see him again. I see that you wear a beacon necklace. He smiles and stands up. Well, then we have nothing further to discuss. Thank you so much for your time. You will contact me when you see him again, please.
Okay. Just with the necklace?
Yes, just notify me that where you are and where he is. I will come.
Is he in trouble?
It's a possibility that he could be incarcerated and tried for murder. Possibility. That's why I'm seeking him.
You mean from the people that attacked us?
So, were you a witness to the unjustified murders? Either of the 2 of them?
I don't know. I know that we were attacked.
Would you like to give a statement?
We were attacked in the
Or
underground.
do you want to wait?
Well,
we
that's
could do
what,
a statement.
So I'll look at Dusty. I'll say that Dusty was going to take us to see the king and the royal court wizard to let them know what was going on. We went. It's a really long story, but we went to the Elven section to retrieve a brownie for someone.
As in a baked good.
No, as in like a brownie.
Oh.
One of the wee folk.
You kidnapped someone. A brownie.
No, we were going to rescue a brownie.
Oh.
And we found this place where this guy, Ilkleaf, was doing these horrible experiments, stealing wee folk and doing experiments on them.
About that point, you hear a pipe being hit. And you look over in the corner. I know you love my dings right here.
Okay.
And you see Gordon leaning up against the wall. And you see the professor kind of turn and look at him quickly, and everybody else in the room. He's like, "You have no business here, Inquisitor. Leave them alone. I will deal with it. As you wish." He just kind of does a little bow and turns and leaves.
It was nice to meet you.
"Oh yes, very much nice meeting you as well," he says. And he exits rather quickly.
Hi, Uncle Gordon. I did not do it.
No, it is your friend Vay that,
He's a fool.
by law, has committed at least one murder within the city of Beacon. It's a serious charge, and one that they have enough evidence to put him away on. As I understand, there was some sort of altercation, and then at the end of the altercation, the individuals were leaving, and that is when he struck one down by beheading him. So there is enough evidence to, and rumor has it that it was over a scratch in his armor. But that is why he beheaded him. According to all the divinations and everything.
How strange.
He beheaded him because he scratched his arm.
That's what happened.
That's what happened.
That's what
Yes.
Remember? The arrow scratched
I
his
wasn't
armor.
paying attention.
The arrow scratched his armor, and he's like, did it get a scratch? Oh, how unfortunate. Remember? Roll her eyes.
He looks down on the ground. He's
I
like,
was busy trying not to be killed.
I hope everything's all right with you and things are going well. He looks over on the ground and starts to walk, like towards the
I'm gonna get him.
door.
I'm following him.
Okay. He goes into Dusty's room and goes to the secret door down into the basement.
Following him.
Okay.
As I'm following him, I'll tell him, I want to thank you again for the house and for everything
Of course, nice dog.
that
He
you
looks over next to you. You know it's invisible. You look, it's not there.
Yeah. He picked me up on our adventure today. I guess. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you.
Well, so your friend went this way. Gonna go have a talk with him. I believe he's with Lily's.
Yayla.
Yeah. Yayla. Gordon says, so I'm gonna find him, have a talk with him. No worries.
Do I have to tell that inspector guy when he shows back up?
No, he won't be bothering you again.
Okay. And will somebody go to that house in the open section?
It'll be taken care of.
Okay.
Good job.
We saved that one guy, but we don't know if there was other people or what.
We'll have it looked into. You have to understand, it's a very it's a very political thing.
Okay.
The elves are new to the city, as in the last year or so, and the royalty that exists here within the Elven District are looked upon in a as if they are a trial, so to say, by many. To have the elves here such close proximity to the city itself with their own citadel, castle, so to say, has been a thing of discussion. For the elves to have someone such as this professor do such evil would be a blight upon the nobility of the elven people. Your grandmother. And you would not want to disappoint your grandmother, I'm sure. Even though it's through proxy. My mother.
Don't know why I didn't realize she was here.
Yes, she is. So this is something we must take care of in the right way. Out in the open is not the way that this must be dealt with. But it seems I must find your friend.
Okay. Is there anything I can do to help?
Yes. Within the hour you will show up at the Temple of Nera. All of you.
Everybody?
Yes.
Including the professor?
He turns and walks back up the stairs.
Follow him.
He goes back into the room. He looks over at the professor. Honorable Professor, will you please accompany me? I'll be taking you back to the university. Oh, of course. And he stands up, walks over. Gordon just kind of looks at you. He's like,
Thank you, Uncle. Uncle Gordon will take care of you. It's really nice to meet you.
oh, yes, I'm sure. This is a pleasure, hero. And he just nods and he says, come. And they leave.
When I hear the door close.
He goes down the stairs,
Yeah. Or when they go, Failka will start laughing out loud. She's like...
Doobie's like, what in actual monkey fuck
What just happened? Yeah,
What's going on?
So that is my Uncle Gordon,
Well, yeah.
Right.
and apparently people...
He was in here. We didn't see him.
Yeah, we didn't even see him. What the hell?
Was there.
Yeah, he's handy. That one.
You realize he just
But
saved us all from
guys-
going to jail, right?
I do. He just took care of all of it. The only thing we have to do is show up at the Temple of Nera in 1 hour. What time is it, y'all?
Braid kind of nods and he turns and looks at you. He's like, that still doesn't change the fact that they executed somebody.
It doesn't. But
Doobie's like, look, guys, you guys saw what happened. They attacked us. They did the right thing. That guy would have hunted us down. I think he did the right thing.
I think that after Uncle Gordon talks to him, we should have a lot less fuckery to deal with from him.
Braid kind of looks up at you. I imagine so. Young lad could use a swift talking to.
So hopefully
Laugh. So,
that's what I'm gonna do.
I know we gotta go to the Temple of Nera, but he just said that,
Does any
I work for Miss Morrissey, which means that me and Remy are in trouble. Should look at Brave if he went there.
Yeah,
Well, let me go with you.
we should check in with
You
Miss
want to go
Morrison.
with me?
I do want to go with you.
Okay,
do.
so if you're gonna,
So-
I think that's a good idea.
Well-
She'll kind of smile because you got some clout that I don't have.
Right, but did you guys
but-
notice that this is every time that Uncle Gordon's name has come up since I've been here, people literally start groveling. They don't know how to talk, they don't know what to say, they get all nervous,
Well, yeah.
so even if she doesn't know anything of me, maybe I can name drop and get you guys
So-
out of trouble.
I gotta come clean with you, and I don't think because I've told her this, but the Blushing Mermaid is a brothel.
Okay.
I just want to be honest with you if you're going to come in there with me. I didn't say anything before just because it wasn't important.
Okay.
Braid says it's more than that, but yes. At its exterior, it is a brothel. More or less, it is a money laundering location, a place for things swept under the rug, a place of information, a place of dark assassination at times. It's a very dangerous place to be toying with the individuals that operate it. Miss Morrissey is,
I need to go
on
apologize.
top of that, she's a good friend to have. I owe her my life. As
Me
well
too.
as you do too, and Remy.
Me too. I need to go apologize, but she's gonna trip if Remy's not there.
So we wait for Remy.
How long does it take to walk to the Temple of Nero?
Not very long.
Just around the corner.
Like 10 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that.
He didn't say where he was going or anything, did he? Just
No, he was just gone when we got back. I'm guessing he's probably with
Doobie's
May
like,
and Yelia.
Doobie
Yayla.
says he looked at Yayla and said, let's go. And Remy says, well, I'm the fuck out of here too. And he got up. And they all left together. They went through Dusty's room.
Well, that means they're getting a strict talking to right now.
It does. And we don't need what they went after anymore.
About
anyway.
about that point, Remy and Yayla come up through
Nice.
Dusty's room. And they close the door, come in.
Remy.
Remy's like,
Uncle
got
Gordon
it.
catch up with you guys?
yeah. He told us to get our asses back at the house. And we came back.
We have to go talk to Miss Morrissey. The Inquisitor showed up here, and he knew that I worked
Dude,
for her.
this day is going from great to crazy.
But Valia said she's gonna come with us. So,
Miss Morrissey's gonna be pissed.
I know she is. I know. She's gonna be even more pissed if we don't go and talk to her.
What other information do we have? So,
I'm trying to think if there's anything she'd be interested in.
Doobie picked up the gem, by the way.
Okay.
I forgot to mention because nobody grabbed it.
What kind of information?
Remy's like, this, I don't know if we have some information that make things a lot better.
So, Uncle Gordon is taking care of everything that happened today. None of us are going to be in trouble for any
Yayla's
of
like,
it.
well, that's good.
The trade is that we have to be at the Temple of Nera in 1 hour. So maybe we can tell her that too, and maybe I can talk to her. Maybe you guys can let me talk to her and tell her, hey, it wasn't their fault. It was Vay's fault. Uncle Gordon's taking care of it. Nobody's in trouble. I'd just be honest with her.
That's not really how she works.
It's not.
She wants information. That is the number one thing. We need to tell her something that. We can tell her about the experiments and all that stuff. But by the time we go into, the
We
longer
could.
we wait, the longer we wait,
The longer we wait.
the less useful this information is to her.
So let's go.
Let's go.
We have to hurry and get to the temple anyway, so let's go talk to her.
Let's
Get
do
up.
it.
Yeah, so I'll get up.
All right.
Come on,
Make sure I
DOG.
got all my
So,
stuff. and
everybody
go.
collects. You feel him walking next to you. You don't hear him really. He's really quiet. Roll into your intelligence.
11, yeah.
There are tracks inside the house now that you could look at.
For him? Oh, for everybody.
Anybody that's entered here.
Yeah, I do. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Roll your track.
Not used to playing Ranger. I'm so sorry. I'm used to any dice shit. Yes.
Okay. You pick up 2 sets of dog tracks and the Inquisitor's footprints. You do not see your uncle's,
Okay.
but you see 2 sets of dog tracks.
So a different dog than DOG?
Mm-hmm.
How strange.
Follow him, kind of.
Yeah.
You track it all the way to Osith, and it goes right to her boot. It stops there.
Nice. Nice. Fucking cool. I already know everybody else's tracks that's here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You guys leave?
Yeah. Go to the Blushing Mermaid.
All right. You're gonna come out of Ain Manor and come across over by the Lake District and head up to the docks. Take a left at the docks and get up to the Blushing Mermaid in your flat, your apartment. As you come walking up, there's red lights all in front of the mermaid, the Blushing Mermaid. You know that when they have the bright red lights on, there's usually some sort of special party, something going on. You look at Dock A on the map, which is which is the dock that's named after Zira, or after Gordon. Lightfoot Dock, I think is what they called it. And there's a massive ship there that's like a warship of some type. The colors on it are dark green. Bailey, you recognize immediately as Verbadine. You don't see these a lot. They normally stay out in the deep sea, in the ocean, that kind of thing. There are trading vessels that come to Verb, but warships, very rare. And there are a few of them that work for, the Verbadine people, but they're never in Verb. They're in other places.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. And you can hear noise. The place is packed. The moment you turn left onto the docks, there's going to be 60 people in there probably. And the lights are on, like I said. In front of the place, you see people sitting and standing up against poles, up against the building, and in chairs with girls on their laps, and they're drinking and having a good time. You see smoke kind of billowing out of the Blushing Mermaid, and you smell that ever familiar smell of opium in the air.
Big old deep breath.
Okay.
All right.
Remy kind of goes, are we all going in there? He looks
No.
I'm going.
Yeah. Why doesn't everybody else just wait out here? We can't bring everybody in there.
They kind of look around, and you see all the things going on around you. You're like, maybe roll into your intelligence?
She's had an idea. I wonder if it's that idea. No, I didn't get it. My idea was I'm hanging out in the apartment.
Okay.
Is that it? Nice.
Excuse me.
If you guys walk on the other side over there, and she'll point like through the opening, there's a ladder and you can climb up and sit in that little apartment. up
Braid
there.
says, I'll take them.
Okay, thank you.
Come on. So he takes everybody up
So
there.
it's just
You and
Remy.
Bailey and Remy go inside.
Okay.
You come up to the steps, and a couple of the ladies in ladies that are there, well, they don't call themselves ladies, winches that are there, turn and look at you and kind of like, huh. And one looks over at the guy that she's with. She's like, it's just one of Morrissey's running Rugrats runners. And he's like, oh. And he kind of looks at you. He smiles.
Walk inside. What's the? I'm not even supposed to look at him, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I'll just walk inside.
He's walking inside. Remy does the same thing. He looks at you too. He's like, who's she? And she turns and looks at you. See this prostitute pretty much just look at you and then look you up and down like, who the fuck are you? A very insulting look all on her face. And he's just smiling at you and also insulting you by looking at you the way he is. You feel like a prostitute standing on a dock. You know, that's the way the look he's giving you. Very uncomfortable. And then you hear some laughter partially past the doorway from a guy with a girl on his lap, and he's doing inappropriate things.
I did grab her.
Keep walking.
You go inside and it's packed. There's people everywhere. You look over by the bar and you see the chair that Miss Morrissey usually is sitting in. It's the most comfortable chair, kind of in a corner cubby next to the bar. You're used to always going and talking to her over there. As usual, you check to see what's going on. You see the bartender. He notices you and nods at you, and then kind of looks to his left, and you see him kind of hold up his finger like that. You see Rita from the herb shop in the Velvet Underground, sitting with Miss Morrissey, and they're talking and laughing and seem to having a good time. Miss Morrissey doesn't look at you, which makes you very uncomfortable. You know she knows she walked in. You know she knows you walked in.
I'm gonna take a step closer to her where I'm almost touching her.
Okay.
I'm just standing there and waiting.
Remy kind of walks up to the edge of the bar, the
Yeah.
opposite edge where the waitresses stand and stuff,
Yeah.
and stands there and waits.
Go
like
over
you
there.
normally do. You go with her.
Mhm.
Bartender kind of turns and looks at you. Osa, I'm Girl in Beacon. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Remy, a boy in the underground. Some shit popped off there, didn't it? And he goes, no. He's like, that's why we're here. He's like, yeah, let's hope you're not too late. He starts going into class. Remy just kind of looks at him like, shut the fuck up, and then looks back at you and goes, about that point, you see the little gnome lady get up and walk out. Miss Morrissey still doesn't look at you. Remy just stands there. He's like,
Oh my god.
you start walking.
Follow her.
He goes with you, kind of nervous. He trips a little bit when it happens. Really odd for him.
Yeah.
You come walking up.
He's
Yeah,
scared to
I'm
death
not sure.
of her.
She's got a couple scrolls in her hand. They're tiny little scrolls, and she's looking at them. And you guys come walking up and stand there, and then as Bailey comes walking up behind you, she kind of rolls the scroll up. Lady Valia, the House Vane, it is a pleasure.
Good
Please
evening.
sit.
Thank you, Miss
It
Morrissey.
says nothing to you. You're just kind of standing there.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Oh, the pleasure is mine, dear. The pleasure is mine. I want to thank you for taking care of my two young ones. They're good kids, she says.
They are.
But like every child, you have to kick them out of the nest when they come of age.
Does that mean you're gonna let her come live with me?
Well, yeah, we kind of already made that choice, didn't we, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
No, it's all good. We're fine. Besides, I don't think you'll be here much longer.
What do you mean?
That's not a subject we should discuss right now, but perhaps when you get back.
Back from where?
She looks at you and she's like, there was a gem. Stone. I would like to purchase it.
She'll look at me.
Can you take care of that for me? And Remy's like, the two of us together, we can do it, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll be right back, ma'am. Thank you. He starts to leave. We gotta ask Duty. We can pay.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll split it. They leave. You're sat there with Miss Morrissey.
So,
I know.
One moment. And she looks at the bartender. Go ahead.
You don't seem to be very upset, but I still wanted to let you know that everything that happened down there was my friend Vay's fault.
Oh,
It didn't have anything to do.
I'm quite aware of that, dear.
Okay.
I'm quite aware of that. No, there's no need. What is between my children and I is between us, and they know why I would be upset if I was upset with anything. If they bring the gem, then we're good. This is my mistake. I told them once a week. I should have said once a week unless something very out of the ordinary takes place, and then I want to know immediately. You know, like just a courtesy. If they had telepathy or something, it would be very helpful.
It would.
Yeah, it would be helpful. I'm sure there are things that, you know, between two women. And she turns and kind of, you see her look at your necklace. He's like, if there's anything I might be interested in, it could be very beneficial for all involved.
Like what?
Any information that, you know, let's say, for instance, a hidden secret dungeon with experiments and a professor, things of that nature, I would be very interested in prior to the law having an awareness of it. See, dear, there's so many things. You know, these, if you would have called upon us, you would have definitely gained some help from us. It would have been there would have been a lot of benefits for us, especially knowing that there's an elven citizen, not only a citizen, but an instructor, professor, I believe, doing these things. That information could be very beneficial, and it is still for us, but it would have been more if I had known before the law. So anyway, my kids know that. So meanwhile, you guys leave. You go out.
Walk around the thing.
So when you come out, the girl that's sitting on there, on the guy's lap, gets off his lap and stops you, like stands right in front of you and makes you look at her.
I'll look at her.
She goes, you didn't answer me.
What did you need?
She'll be real sweet to her, like she always
says,
is.
you're gonna be coy with me, huh?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Who the fuck was that?
That is my new friend, Valia Vane.
Moving up in the world, I see.
He's just a friend.
Don't
From
forget
Chile.
where you came from,
Of course not.
little slave. She turns, sits
Rolls
on
her
his
eyes.
lap.
She'll turn around and walk away.
Okay, Remy kind of pulls you when you do. He's like, we got shit to do. They take you around the corner, up the ladder. He takes you up the ladder. You're pissed. You're just like steaming. Fucking, I can feel it.
Snide
You
bitch.
know who's a fucking slave?
So you climb up to the top, and they're all up in your little apartment, your little clubhouse. They're all up there. Braid looks a little funny sitting up there, but he
Yeah.
always does. How'd it go? Where's Valia?
She's talking to Miss Morrissey. Dude, we need the hugest favor.
Okay.
Can we either have or buy that gem from you?
The Ember Stone? The Ember Gem?
Yeah.
Ember's Gem?
Yes. I could buy it from you. She'll take it. Are you sure? I feel so bad. Miss Morrissey wants it. And
Why does she want it?
I don't know, and it's not really, if I ask, she wouldn't tell me anyway.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. He smiles.
Okay.
This is quaint up here and comfortable, he says.
Is it, you think?
I do. I like it. You piece things together,
Yeah.
blanket after blanket. I mean, to you,
It's
it's
a
like
clubhouse.
it's a clubhouse. To you, he seems to like it. He's like, it's neat. I like it.
Yeah.
Dusty's like, good spot to hear things. see things.
Oh, for sure. Maybe not things you want to see or hear. She'll kind of laugh.
It's like, I don't know. Probably some of those things.
Okay, we'll be right back. She'll walk out,
Okay.
climb down.
Remy kind of looks at the door when you go down. He's like, "You want me to come?"
Does Miss Morrissey want you to come?
He crawls down the ladder.
So I'm not getting in trouble because you decided to
All
stay
right,
here.
I'm coming. You guys make your way back by. As you go by this time, she doesn't look at you. She seems to be embracing with this customer. You go through the door.
Walk in.
Okay. Walk up to Miss Morrissey. She's still sitting with her. Okay, back to you while they were gone. There was a few more moments left. She reaches over and the bartender has 2 elven wines and she puts one in front of you.
Nice. Thank you.
Of course. Cheers.
Cheers.
She said. So yeah, just between us girls.
Absolutely.
And it would make it better. I would not have to see the kids every week if, of course, learn things that you could tell me that they would obviously be able to. Just can't afford buying them telepathy. So, but
Maybe I can. I don't know. Maybe I could talk to my
about that point you come walking up.
uncle. I don't know. My auntie gave me this necklace. Is why.
You guys walk up and you hear that. My auntie gave me this necklace. Miss Morrissey turns and looks at you.
I'll hold it out.
She smiles and takes it. Pats you on your head. Looks over at Remy and pats him on his head. Remy kind of smiles and she's like, "We're good. We're good, kids."
Nice.
So yeah. Until we talk again, it was a pleasure.
It was very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Remy looks at you. He's like, "Is that it, Miss Morrison?" She's like, "Yes, yes." Carry on.
Thank you for everything.
She nods at you. You get up and leave.
Take another drink.
Take another drink.
Get
It's
up.
really good elven
Yeah.
wine, but it's not the best, but it's really good. All right, so you head out.
Go up.
As you get close to the door, you look up the door and see her, and she sees you again. She's like looks at you, and you can tell there's going to be some trouble. You're not sure what her problem is, but over your shoulder, you hear Miss Morrissey say, "Betha, come here." And you see her look at you like that, and then she looks over. "Yes, Miss Morrissey." And she turns and looks at the client, says something, and then gets up and walks past you and just glares at you.
I'll walk out.
Okay.
Go around.
All right.
I stay close with her.
All
I
right.
didn't do
You
it.
guys look back. You see Remy stopped, and he's just kind of at the doorway looking back.
Is he like listening?
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Like
think
he
he
can
is.
tell me in a minute.
Like he's not where he can be seen by Miss Morrissey or her, but
Oh wait, no, just go.
okay.
Climb up the ladder. Tell everybody.
You good? Braid says. Everything good?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think
What's in your mouth?
black root.
Oh goodness.
I think Betha was gonna pick a fight with me, but Miss Morrissey took care of it, so no worries. I don't know what her problem is, dude.
So
They're jealous of you because you got out of here. That's what it is. And you know you're gonna have to do things that they have to do. Smells like fish. Let's go.
Let's
He
leave.
turns and he starts going down the ladder. Doobie like kind of stops for a second and looks at you and then looks at him and goes, Was that?
I don't know, was it?
Was that a joke? Did
Yeah.
Bryce just tell a joke?
He did. He's funny.
Falls back down the ladder with you guys. You get down to the bottom. Everything's the same as it was, except for Beth's not standing by the door.
Jeremy's still standing there listening.
He is. He sees you and nods, and then kind of comes walking over to you. He goes out the back way,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, by the lake and the trees there,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, heads this, you know, heads east,
Okay.
behind the trees, behind the lake.
We should
So-
start
What's up? We good? Where we going now?
Temple of Nero.
All right.
Did she get in trouble?
So,
Oh yeah. Yeah, she told her she ever saw her look at you, or she called you Lourdes Bailey. Yeah. Is that your title? Let me look at you. Oh fuck! I didn't know that. Shit, you're a Lourdes? Okay, cool.
They also call me a princess, but
I would never call you a princess. He looks at you and just kind of smiles.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. But yeah, she said she ever caught her doing that again, that she'd cut something off. That's what she told me. I don't know what that something is, but she can be creative, so.
oh goodness.
So, you guys don't have to go back there anymore. While you were gone,
No.
yeah, while you were gone, she told me that if since I'm able to telepathy, talking in the mind, that if I will just relay the information that we come across to her before it's given to any legal authorities, that she was good with that, and that you could come live with me if you want, and that you don't have to check in all the time.
How that? What? Really?
So, you guys suddenly hear somebody running behind you.
Turn and look.
You guys whip around and turn, and you see the girl that you lived with for the last year and a half.
Rila?
Yeah.
I'll stop. I'll walk back to her.
She's got a sword in a scabbard with a belt that has some kind of symbol attached to it. She's holding it. She's like, caught you.
What's going on?
This was found with you, next to you. In the shadows now.
I'll take
I'm
it.
sorry I haven't given it to you until now. I just didn't want you to get hurt. Gives you a big old hug.
I'll hug her.
She starts crying.
Oh my goodness.
Because
She's
you're
gonna make
leaving.
me cry.
Because you're leaving, aren't you?
I'm not leaving forever. I'll come back and see you.
You're leaving Miss Morrissey's though, right? I'll pack all your things up if there's somewhere you want me to send them, or just
I'm gonna be staying with Valia at the Vane Manor.
okay. All right.
I'll come back and see you though. I promise.
I gotta go. I can't stay away for too long. I just wanted to let you know that this was found with you
Thank
when
you.
we found you in Monarch.
She'll hug her again.
She
Mm.
hugs you back, leaves. You're standing there. You see this happen.
Oh,
I
She's
was
standing-
looking at the sword with observation. Same.
You see the Burbadine symbol on the belt, and roll your observation.
Yes.
It's a Vanguard sword. This is the elite of the elite. This is what Faye wanted to be. This is a Vanguard sword. And yeah, so you look at it, it's beautiful and old, and you can feel energy off of it. Like it's magical, you think.
I'll grab it.
Okay. It's really light and comes out, and you realize it is magical. It seems to be a pretty powerful sword in your hands compared to anything else that you've held up to this point.
Verbadine Ranger symbol on.
On
Verbadine symbol.
the Verbadine, so the belt has a Verbadine clasp that's a small clasp. It's the same symbol as your belt symbol that normally are worn as cloak clasps. And then the sword itself has the symbol of Verbadine on it. It is, and it has gemstones in it. They're all red rubies. And up at the top is a red ruby at the very top. And it looks like the hilt on it's real tight to the blade. So the hilt comes off and goes real tight to the blade like that.
Okay.
And then the blade comes up like that.
Oh, alright.
And it's longsword basically. But you're not sure, you know,
Right.
what exactly it does. Like I'm not gonna. There's no pluses that I'm giving you or anything like that right now. You don't know. You're
Okay.
just holding it. It's in your hand. You automatically are blown away. Number one, you've never seen one out of the presence of a vanguard, like on their person ever. And you know your people would not be okay with a non-vanguard holding a sword or possessing a sword. Like, I'm not saying you, I'm saying you know, the
Yeah.
Verbadine people and the
politics.
Elderway Council and all them. Even other rangers would be like, you know, it's a thing. It's not something that would be accepted at all. Now the question is, like, before she had the Verbadine symbol, and you're like, that's question enough. Now she has this sword, and you're like,
Oh,
it's definitely
sugar.
past
Yeah,
the point of being offensive to a Verbadine.
yeah.
Anyway, you're holding it.
I'll sheath it.
Joseph,
What's up?
that sword belonged to, in my culture, what is called a vanguard, which is the most elite of the elite. It's what they wanted to do and then got turned down over and over.
Yeah.
That sword belonged to a vanguard. And
It was probably dead, Dewey says.
for it, I've never seen one anywhere but on a vanguard. And I will tell you that if any of my people see you with that sword, there would be issues. I don't want you to
Be surprised.
be surprised or draw any unnecessary attention.
She
At this
said-
point, what I'm thinking is that we should probably plan a trip to Verb.
Okay.
Verbadine and Monarch. Dewey said the Verbadine and Monarch were few and far between.
Yeah.
There were groups and organizations that were anti-Verbadine. Racism was rampant. During the uprising, when the king was killed, all Verbadine were hunted.
She
They
said
think
that
your
this.
family was hunted.
Yeah, she said the sword was found next to my body when they found me.
You don't have any memory?
A little, but not of like before. So my farthest back memory was the one I told you guys last night or this morning.
You guys get to the edge of
Uh-huh.
the lakeside district right there by the Bain Manor. As you're just
Mhm.
talking right now, that's where you're at.
I think I've kind of figured out how to bring the memories back, and I think I have to be like relaxed. I have to feel safe.
Dewey's like, hey, that elven psychic surgeon could probably help you.
He probably could, yeah.
We should talk to him.
We should.
We should.
How long do we have to get the Temple of Mira? Maybe we can go talk to him after.
I don't think you have time to go have surgery and then make an hour appointment.
No, I meant afterward.
I think it's already been probably like 30 minutes.
We should
Let's
probably get there.
Let's head that way.
You guys walk past the main manor, start heading down that way.
Somebody should buy a watch.
I'll put the sword like on my belt, but I'll make sure that my cloak is over the hilt
Okay,
so that it can't be
so you
seen.
wrap the belt around and you tighten it down to yourself. It fits perfect. You're like, as a matter of fact, you have a memory of it being there, like a lot. You're like, it feels right. It feels like it's
maybe
yours.
the sword was mine.
That's what it feels like. It's like it's not a complete memory. It's just an empathy, a feeling. That's all it is.
You guys, or should I value?
You put the cloak over it.
Well, I think that this was mine.
Doobie goes,
I'm serious.
you were a vanguard.
I don't know, but I know that I used to wear this, like a lot.
Like you just had a memory?
It's not really a memory, it's more like a feeling. I don't know. She'll keep walking.
Does this mean anything to you? Of tooth and nail. From my hip, I flail. Roll persona dice for me.
I'm having a hard time too.
70?
No, doesn't mean anything to you. Worth a try.
It's a nice try.
You guys get down to the edge where you got to turn south. A big purple house to your right. Yayla looks at it and smiles.
What?
That's Lily's place.
Is it?
It is. Purple. She looks up at it. I look damn good in there. Even the walls are purple. Me and my green up against that purple. Nice house.
It's a beautiful house.
And it goes around the corner, you know, and the moat is behind it, and the clear water from the. And up ahead, you can see the mist from the waterfall, you know, as you turn the corner and start heading down to Temple Avenue, you can see the mist from the waterfall crashing down. You walk past the Red Dragon as you're talking still and kind of enter into the Temple District. Head towards the Temple of Nira. And Doobie says, so, you should probably keep it hidden
It is.
until we can find out. I think, as much as I don't want to go all the way back home, I think Dahlia may be right. I think your answers are there, especially after that other thing, the nursery rhyme. Search the road, born dragon egg kind, this is your, born dragon egg kind, this is your something you'll find. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's on the back of my symbol.
Ah.
It's etched on the back of it.
Pull up the map here. You're not sure what the sword does, like I said, but it's magical. You've never held something as powerful as this. Like, you realize you could really do some damage with this thing when you swung it. It's a lot better than anything you've had. And it felt like it'd been in your hand before. It felt... The best way I could describe it to you is it feels like kind of like an old friend returning back to you. Almost like it's attuned to your energy somehow. It's weird. Okay, so yeah, you're going down the avenue of temples right here, and you can see the temple of Nero up ahead.
Okay. So like I don't understand. Like, didn't you say that part of the Sith family betrayed the Burbadine Rangers?
Yeah, the
Burbadine?
Sith brothers.
What happened?
They were exiled, Monarch.
What happened?
Wait a minute.
What?
The Sith brothers.
Yeah.
That's your family. I don't know what happened to them, but I don't know. I don't know where they are. But I know that they were exiled. One of them was the Vanguard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think she was a vanguard.
Why would I have the sword? I don't know. Like it feels like I've held it before. Like it feels familiar.
Mm.
Maybe it was given to me? I don't know. I just don't know.
About that point, you come walking up to the Temple of Nero. You see Vay standing out front. He's just standing there. Kind of does that.
Hey.
No longer public enemy number one, I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah. Your uncle's alright.
He is.
Yeah. He understands. I guess I should apologize to all of you for the trouble this has caused. That's all he says, and he kind of looks over at the building, and he's like, so, there's some people inside waiting on us.
Walk up.
Okay. He turns and goes in. You all go in, and I know you're not all Nero
Yeah.
worshippers, right?
Yeah, they said go in though, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
As you start to go through the entryway of the bottom of the statue on the side that's near you have to pass through some sort of magical barrier. And as you pass through this magical barrier, you feel protected with an outer coating away from the temple itself for those that do not worship Nero. Like a magic clings to you and protects you from the temple's magic. And you come in the door.
Okay, goodness.
You see Alexandria, the high priestess of the Temple of Nero, standing in the foyer, and she has an eyebrow raised, just kind of looking at you as you walk up, with somewhat of a smile on her face. Next to her is her husband, Alex. So it's Alex and Alexandria Dumont. Alex Dumont of the Temple of Larkin and Alexandria Dumont of the Temple of Nero. Alexandria is obviously, by looks on the outside and by personality and the way she stands, more powerful than her husband or brother. You're not sure which it is. And she greets you when you walk in. Welcome, welcome. Please come in.
Thank you.
May I introduce myself? I am Alexandria Dumont, High Priestess of the Goddess Nero, and this is my husband. He says Alex of Larkin.
Nice to meet you.
She goes, you are a High Priest. Why are you not using that title? He's like, because I am not the High Priest, so it's kind of embarrassing to use that title. Anyway, I've been asked to point you like arrows. It seems that you are spinning your wheels and doing strange things within the city. Some of you are to blame, some of you are not. There are some of you that have done things that have not come to light. She kind of turns and looks through the crowd. So, I've been asked to point you like an arrow. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Not in honor of what the Temple of Mira needs necessarily, but in the honor of what you must seek. So, you'll be going to the city of Verb for a short stop, because I do believe you have some things to take care of, right?
Yes, right.
And then you'll be headed north. And she reaches out, pulls out a scroll case, and hands it to Valia.
Take it.
There is an item that you seek, or you should. Something that is attached to your destiny. A blade. A blade for dragon slayers. One that will become very useful and handy in the coming war.
She gets a huge smile.
I hope you're prepared and ready for the coming war.
That will be.
Will not be long now before there are dragons everywhere, of all kinds. I suppose it will be your choice to decide how you deal with it. But your destiny is intertwined in the killing of said beasts. This information was gathered from the Chapel of St. James. Evidently, in the location that is upon that map, there are dead that once walked in the righteous path of St. James. Long ago, soldiers, warriors, slayers, who all fell in a location that is on that map. Who knows what you'll find?
It's a cemetery?
Oh no, dear.
Undead.
No. I suppose you could call it a cemetery, but there are no headstones. It is a place where many died. And amongst them is a sword.
Okay.
The dragon tooth, as they call it. I have seen in visions you carrying this weapon. I have seen you in the years to come. So, a trip to Verb. You will meet at Dock Lightfoot. I believe it's in front of the Blushing Mermaid. First thing in the morning. There you'll be taken to Verb.
Okay.
Once placed in Verb, your duty will be to find the sword. You may take all the time you need in the city. But until then, please put your affairs together here in the city of Beacon. It could be a week or two before you return.
Okay.
It's necessary for you to find something to do so that she turns and looks over at Alex and says, so that we're not bothered by the things that they do, sweetheart. Yes, that. Doobie's like, did we do something? Oh, yes, you did. You have done several things, but none of it is that important. So,
So sorry.
there are things you do not see. Things that would make it difficult for you to understand. Especially you, baby. But you will find a different way on the road. There's nothing like bonding with those that you adventure with in close proximity. With trials and tribulations is what builds character. that is what you will need to do.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You know, I've given you this stead. You will see this out. And she looks at Faye. High Priestess. And then she turns and looks back at you. He is to serve you and keep you alive on your quest.
She gets a shitty grin on her face. It's like,
She nods and she says, now we have much to attend to. Please, at first light, be prepared to take a journey. And she smiles.
Thank you for everything.
Of course. Faye turns and walks out.
I'll put the scroll in my backpack.
Okay.
Go.
Turn around and walk out.
Those that don't worship Mira will feel it peel off of them when they leave, that magic energy.
I'm gonna catch up with Vay
Okay.
as we're walking out.
Yeah, he's kind of out front, just walking.
She'll catch up with him and be like, I need to talk to you.
Okay. Talk.
I get up right behind him so I can hear.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure my last name is Sith, and that's why I asked you that question earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew or if you didn't know, but
I thought your name was Osith, not
right.
last name Sith. I mean, it never
I had this memory come back to me though.
kind of looks at you. It's like, I didn't really think it meant that you were a Sith.
Well, I don't really know what my first name is. I made that up.
But your last name is Sith.
I think so.
He stops.
She'll stop and look at him. I think so.
We're related.
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm.
I don't know, I'll be honest, I'm a little scared to show you this, but she'll kind of pull it around. This was found with my body, and I can feel that I've held it before and that I've had it for a long time. I don't know where I got it, but I know that it was mine. Doobie was telling me about the Sith brothers and how one of them was a vanguard. I don't know,
No, it's
but that's why I need to go to Verb. Just look at him. She'll put it back under her cloak and cover it back up so it can't be seen.
where did you get Osith?
Well, I know that, or I thought that my brother's name was Sith.
You have a brother,
I do,
just less than a year younger than you.
yeah.
Reva.
She'll look
Roll
at him.
personal dice.
Oh, goodness. 85?
Nothing.
She'll look at him.
Your name is Reva. He reaches out and touches your shoulder. He's like, we are cousins.
Are we?
Your father is my father's brother. Removed. Exiled. We are cousins. I recognize that sword.
Yeah?
That is my uncle's sword.
I wonder if
My excommunicated uncle. How did you get that?
I don't know. I don't remember. That's the thing. But like I said, like it feels like it's atoned to me. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just a feeling. I don't remember though.
Wow. Lots of surprises today.
Right? Were you gonna say something, Valia?
I was just clarifying that her family was exiled.
Yes.
Why?
I don't, it's never spoken out loud unless even when it's known what it isn't spoken out loud. But I don't remember why, to be honest with you. I was young, very young. He kind of turns and looks at Bailey. He's like, "You don't remember your dad?" And the others going to a tribunal, and he mentions it. You were so young, so roll a wisdom, and you're gonna be at some negatives.
$17.
So you're gonna be 13.
12.
You do. You remember your dad going to a tribunal when you guys were young and you remember exactly where you guys were playing when it happened. That he had to go and he told you to go to the house.
I do remember.
It's like, yeah, that's when it happened. Like you were kids. You were little kids.
I do remember.
He looks at you and he says, "Your name is Reva."
Reva?
Reva. And your brother is Borin. Valen would have been your father's name. Vallen.
Okay.
And that's all he can remember. He doesn't remember your mother's name. He tells you they were married, though. She's Vulcan. Both Vulcan.
So, what are your people gonna do if I show up with this sword?
They're gonna take it from you. What do you think they're gonna do? You're not a vanguard. We're supposed to probably take it from you. I'm not going to. It's your family heirloom. I understand, but unless it was given to your father, he was able to keep it for some reason, which I don't understand why they would do that. But if they did that, then it's yours. They won't take it if it was given to him. And that's a rarity because they're buried with them. Even in a mock grave, if the body's not found, that's what they'll want to do with it, is bury the sword. In the graveyard, just north of town. It's just north of your tower, like you know where it's at. You know, you walked in the graveyard many times.
I wonder if I should try to go talk to that psychic surgeon. Or if I should just wait.
You're gonna let that quack mess with your brain?
I could also talk to my dad. He was on the tribunal. Maybe he'll remember.
He might. Well, he for sure knows.
So, are we walking?
You are
As we're
back up
talking?
to the towards the house.
Okay. We need supplies and food.
Doobie goes. Velia, don't you have that book on the families of Earth?
Yeah. Yeah, I probably do. It would be in my bag. It'd be in my bag at the house. We'll have to go back there.
Well, you're headed that way anyway.
Yeah.
So, if my family's been like excommunicated,
Vaser's walking again.
what does that mean? Like, if I show up in Verb, am I not gonna be welcome there? Like, what's the...
It doesn't go to their children. Their children are seen as, unless there's something special about the dispensation of it all, they are usually excluded from the excommunication. There are stories of people coming back and becoming Burbadine Rangers after being excommunicated, their families being excommunicated. Doesn't go generational. That's a good thing. It has to be something really bad for that. I don't know what happened with yours. I can't remember her name, he says. It was a long time ago. And my father passed, so there wasn't anybody to talk to about my uncles.
Right.
My mother despised him. You know, when I think about Valen, I sometimes wonder if as a child, the reason I wanted to become a vanguard was him. He was kind of the black sheep. Don't remember his brother's name. So that tells me I probably did. The answers are probably in that book.
They are.
I would love to take a look at it if you don't mind.
I don't, not at all. Would you mind if I talk to my dad?
Oh, absolutely not. As much information as we can find. I'd be super grateful.
Okay. Let's do that. When we get back to the house, you can sit with the book and I'll telepathy my dad.
Okay.
You guys make it back to the house, no problem. Go inside. Go over by the fireplace and sit down.
I'll go upstairs and get that book out of my bag.
All right.
Bring it down.
Okay.
Hand it to her.
I'll take it.
It's a big ass book with a big Verbidine symbol on it. And, what's your intelligence?
17.
So you open it up and you can start thumbing through it. A lot of it's boring. Like you look at it and it's so and so begat so and so, begat so and so, was married to so and so. You're not quite sure where to start.
Look for the Sith family, I guess.
So as she's looking at it, you realize she probably wants to go towards the back, closer to this timeline.
Go to the back. It's closer to this timeline.
I will.
So you switch to the back and start going back through, and you find the Sith family, and how it breaks down. Isabella was your mother's name. Reva was your name. You're in the book.
Interesting.
And then your brother and your dad, Valen.
Isabella?
Isabella. Roll for some dice as you're reading this.
16?
16.
That's gotta make it, right?
Whoa! You go into a spiraling spin of a memory. She just kind of does that for a second. You remember a beautiful, noble woman. Your mother. You have love for her. You feel an open heart for her. She's sitting across from you at a table where you guys are having tea together. And it's a specific tea that she's teaching you about that has something to do with it keeps vampires away from you. Like vampires don't want to feed on you. Undead don't like the smell of it. And it's called Larsip. She's teaching you about it. And you remember it. You remember how to make a tea, you remember how to make a paste, how to rub it on things. You know it can help wounds from mummies and zombies, including juju zombies. It can help with that. Keeping the infection from spreading into an individual if it hasn't gone too far, and your mother's teaching about it. And as she's teaching you, it's almost like you stop in the memory to look around, but in the memory you're still talking to her.
Mm-hmm.
But your gaze kind of comes across the house or the building that you're in, and it's beautiful. Columns, Greek color, like columns everywhere, statues everywhere, all Verbidine construction, which is very similar to Greek. But normally Verbidine construction is dark, dark stones and things like that. These are all bright. Everything in it is like the sheets and the curtains and things like that are all pastels or whites.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's real airy and breezy in this home, and it's warm. And you remember your mother and her face and everything. She goes, Ray, are you listening? And then you come back out of it.
Oh my goodness.
You remember your name is Ray. That's what you called yourself. That's what everybody called you. Even though you told you it was Reva.
Right.
You call yourself Ray. And you remember your brother calling him B. That's what you
B?
called him, B.
Okay.
Your mother Isabella. Your father Valen. You remember him as well. It was kind of a faded memory with him, but you remember him as well. A night vanguard. You come back out of it. The rest of the Sith or Sith line are there, and you see Vey. Vey and Vin are written together as siblings, twins. Vin is deceased, it says. And you don't ever remember him
Having a brother.
having a brother.
Just take a big old deep breath. My mom's name was Isabella.
Ah, that was her name.
I remember her.
Faces. Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have memory?
A little bit. I remember her teaching me about Larsip,
What's that?
the tea, or a paste.
It's
for,
an herb.
It's an herb
But
for keeping vampires and undead away from you. Different things like the healing mummy bites. And
never heard of anything like that. Dusty's
yeah,
like,
I remember how to make it.
Can I
Dusty's
roll
like,
herbalism?
really? Yeah, you can roll it.
See if I recognize.
Yeah. Dusty goes, I know what Larsip is.
Yeah.
I didn't know it did that.
Yeah, I remember her teaching me about it.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know, it's found in areas that are wet,
Wetlands.
swamps and things like that.
Nice.
Did you contact your dad by chance?
She was listening to all that.
Yeah.
I was picking on
I was.
her.
Velia, however, would have telepathy to as soon as she started.
doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Dad, are you busy?
Goodness. With the DM.
You remember where he's
So
at?
these characters are running in tandem timeline with the high level characters.
So we've already.
This has already happened in the high level characters campaign where you guys are right now. So I'm trying to remember where he is. And this is the day after the concert, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think
Huh?
I think I know where he is. I think I remember.
Where?
I think he's still in the city.
Yeah. He says, yeah. What's up?
I have a few questions. Do you have a second?
Yeah.
Do you remember when I was a little kid, you were on a tribunal for the Sith brothers?
There's a pause. Yes.
Do you remember all of that?
Of course.
So, do you remember the girl Osith that I made friends with when you went into the brothel that day?
Yeah, the one from Miss Morsy's, the runner.
Osith is not her name. She had amnesia and still does to some extent. But since we've been hanging out together, we've been able to figure out that she is from the Sith family. Her name is Reva.
Oh, goodness.
And so I was wondering
Little Ray.
what you could
I
tell.
remember her.
Do you?
Yes. She does look like her. I'll be damned.
So can you tell me about her dad and what happened? And like, there's some questions. Was he a Vanguard?
Yes, and still is, as far as I know. Vanguard Valen was excommunicated from the Verbadine Society, but he still held a position to the Elderway Council as a Vanguard. He holds that till his death, as all Vanguard do, whether they be cast out or not for whatever purpose or reason. This particular thing is political, dear. It was because your grandfather needed to eliminate competition. So, in a roundabout way, things were discovered that were frowned upon by the Elderway Council, and the two brothers were excommunicated from the Verbadine Society. I can't say that your grandfather did the right thing, but I probably would have done the same thing in his shoes.
So,
But
go ahead.
his child is with you,
Yeah.
and she's all grown up.
And then
the boy, a brother.
she doesn't know where he is. She just has memory of him.
This will be very difficult for me to go through Verb Society to find out the answers. It would be better if I went to Monarch to try to do that. I probably can make that happen within the next few days.
Well, we're being sent to Verb tomorrow on...
Sent by whom? I just took you away from there.
Yeah, the Temple of Nera via Uncle Gordon. I guess a lot happened. They got us into a shit ton of fucking trouble. And Uncle Gordon had to step in.
Like what kind of trouble?
Like he murdered somebody.
What?
Like, granted, they attacked us first, but we were kicking their ass and they were running away, and he still kept murdering them.
I see.
And we're not in any trouble or anything like that, but the...
If he doesn't stop, he's going to follow in the footsteps of his father.
Yeah. Well, Uncle Gordon promised to have a talking. And he does seem a little bit different since he's come back from that. But the trade for us not being in any trouble for everything that happened was to go to the Temple of Nera.
Who did he murder?
There's some guys in the underground that attacked us.
Oh goodness, what are we doing in the underground? Never mind. Okay. All right.
So, I know that I didn't talk to you about this before, and I know that you'll understand why, but Osith is very important to me. I saw her on my Dumas.
Really?
I know that we're supposed to be.
Before you met her, you saw her.
I did. Several times.
And it was in your Dumas.
It was.
You're on the right path. Whatever you're doing.
So we have no choice but to go to Verb.
Of course, you stay at the apartment. It's
Okay.
yours. Keys
Thank
where it
you.
always is.
Thank you.
Yes.
Um,
I'll let you know if I find anything else out about the Sith.
I do have one other question.
Okay.
She has a Vanguard sword.
Who?
Osith. Ray. I don't know what she wants to be called.
She has a Vanguard sword.
She does.
On her person.
Now, she hasn't had it. When we were leaving the Blushing Mermaid, a girl came running out and gave it to her and said that it was found next to her body when she was found in Monarch, and that she was sorry that she had kept it all this time and gave it to her. So she just got it like a few minutes ago.
It's probably her father's, right?
She said she feels like it's hers.
She feels like it's hers.
Yeah.
That old coot.
What
He's
do you-
been training her to be a Vanguard outside of her. He's been teaching her. And she has no memory.
Very little. She's getting back little pieces. It seems like when she gets really comfortable and feels safe, memories come back. Like when we're at the house eating and talking and having fun.
That sounds like witchery. Herbalism. I've seen this before.
What is it?
The concoction will make you forget the things that the practitioner wants you to forget. Your mother used it.
On you.
Yes, more than once. Only the witches of sound are capable of using herbalism in this manner.
So you don't know what the antidote is.
They are powerful witches. The good thing is there probably is an antidote. The bad thing is it's been placed there for a reason. If it was done by a rogue witch like your mother, it would be for nefarious purposes, most likely. If it was a witch from within Verb, or one of those practitioners, master herbalist mothers, then maybe it was done to protect her. I do not know. Very intriguing, though, daughter. I will look into this. Try to come up with some more information for you. In the meantime, I would suggest that she keeps that blade hidden, especially if she's going to Verb. It should not be brought out.
I never put it away.
It could be very detrimental for her. A crime, in fact.
Yeah. Okay.
You say you're going in the morning.
Yeah. So they said they were leaving from the Lightfoot dock, and I swear that I saw a heavy Verbadine warship in that dock today.
You did.
Is that what? Are they really sending us to Verb on that?
Oh no. No, that ship is headed south.
Okay.
We'll be headed south.
Okay.
After the crew gets some time on shore.
Gotcha.
I don't know exactly why they're here, but I'm sure there's more than one purpose for them to be here. No, if they had you meet on the docks, it's probably one of their flying vessels.
They're one of what, huh?
The Beetle something or another. They have a ship that flies in the air and goes underwater. Some even say it goes in space, up in the stars.
Wow. Really?
Yes, that's probably what I can't imagine they'd be taking you any other way.
Huh.
Captain of the vessel is Cecilia is her name.
Cecilia.
Firebug. She loves fire. Mage.
Nice. Well, thanks for the heads up.
Of course.
Okay.
All this to bring you here to have you go back. Hope you won't be staying long.
We won't. And also, when we're done there, I have a map that I am supposed to go and retrieve a Dragon Slayer sword called the Tooth of the Dragon, I think.
You hear him kind of laugh in your head.
The
You're going to the Reach and beyond? Do you have any idea what you're doing?
None.
That is up in the black ice, dear.
Mm.
It is cold. Very cold. And dangerous. The creatures up there are unlike anything else on this planet that you will see. The ice itself does not want you there. It will destroy your boots and eat through them over a period of time. I would suggest going to the general store and asking for black ice gear, specifically, before
Okay.
heading to the north. You know the place, there on the dock,
I
next
wonder
to
if
the
they're-
gymnasium.
Wonder if they're open. Oh, and Verb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Verb.
Okay, we can do that there.
Yes, just put it on my account, whatever it is you need.
Thank you, Daddy.
Of course, please be safe. It's giant country before you even get there. It's quite the track.
Yeah.
It's the track that the Verbadine Rangers require to be made for lordship. You must go up to the Reach. And you're talking about going farther than the Reach, onto the black ice. I know what you speak of. I do not know where it is, though. It has been rumored to be there for many years. I would just tell you to be very careful. It's like finding a needle in a haystack out there.
The High Priestess Alexandria seems to think that I'm supposed to find it. She said that she saw me in visions. Crazy, right?
Yeah,
Slaying dragons?
yeah. Not something you would want your daughter to have to deal with.
Well, you trained me my whole life for this.
I have, but training and the real thing are two different things. I can worry about you, it's okay. You'll be fine. Especially if you have a map that was given to you by a high priestess of Nira.
Yes.
I dare say that that map is worth millions of gold pieces. There are
Better
those
take it.
out there that would be very interested in that, so please keep it hush hush. Don't let anyone know what you're doing.
Okay. You're the only person I've told.
Make it that way. Keep it that way. About that point, you walk up to the house. Or no, you guys are already inside, aren't you?
Yeah.
Sorry, you're already
I'm
inside.
sitting there reading
At that
the
point,
book.
she's doing this. So you finish reading the book, and she's still. You're like, "Did you talk to your dad?" And she's like, "Sorry."
That's okay. So,
Getting a little wavery.
Yeah.
Wavy. So,
you're gonna let me tell her?
yeah.
Do you want to be called Ray instead of Osith?
Ray. Doobie says it. You look like a Ray.
Oh.
But it's gonna be.
Sith is a little silly.
It's gonna be hard to forget that name, Osith.
It's a beautiful name.
It is. I've always liked it.
So you can think about that for a while. I just wanted to ask.
Okay.
So, Doobie says, so it's Ray? That's what it is? Or is it Raya or Raya? Areva?
I remember telling people that my name was Ray. That
Ray.
was what I went
So your
by.
name's Ray Sith.
Yeah. Really? Really? You
Nice.
Did, you did not. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did, for sure.
Kind of an Easter egg. So yeah. Ray Sith, cool. I like that.
So, what'd your dad say?
So your dad was a Vanguard.
Yeah?
He said is a Vanguard. He is not aware if your dad is alive or not. But that sword's probably his. And the reason that it feels familiar to you is because outside of the constrictions of the Verbadyne Society, he has been training you your entire life to become a Vanguard. So it's his sword, but that's why it's so familiar to you. So my suggestion would be for you to put it away. Hide it. Not wear it on you when we go to Verb.
For sure.
Because they will take it from you. And then it will also be kind of a disgrace on you. And if you're going to reconnect with the culture and your family that's still there, it's probably not a good way to start.
I would hate to have to kill that individual to help my cousin. And our name.
Where should I even put it? Like, I don't even know where it would be safe.
Get you a big duffel bag.
We could wrap it in a big bag and strap it on your back.
Good.
Or on your side. Or you could just keep it there and keep your cloak over it. I don't know. What about your apartment? Your dad's not using it.
We'll stay there while we're
She
in
can
Verb.
keep it there.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna.
So he said my dad's a Vanguard and he was training me to be one? What
That's
is
unheard of. That's crazy.
It's
Faces.
not allowed.
It's not allowed. They're held to keep those secrets.
Well, I don't remember, so.
I mean, you have to be worthy to even be. No offense. I don't mean to be offensive, but maybe you are. Maybe I'm not being offensive. Maybe it's true. You have what it takes to be a Vanguard. I mean, it's not so much what it takes and what you have, it's who you know. It's what they think about you.
Mm.
Or that's my belief of it. Otherwise, why would they have turned me down 3 times in a row?
Right. So did he say anything else?
Well, that stuff he figured out just from me telling him, so I don't think that I don't think anybody else will be aware that your dad was doing that unless they see you with
Right.
that sword. He's gonna go to Monarch and find out everything that he can. If your dad's still there, if he's still alive, anything that he can find out. And then he'll let me know. He said he'll go within the next couple of days. And he also said for none of us to tell anybody about the map and the place we're going after we leave Verb. He said that our lives could be in great danger if anybody knew where we
He's
were
like,
going.
can I see this map? Where exactly is it? To
Past the Reach into the Black Ice.
what?
What does that mean?
And you're just assuming that you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Like you're just assuming
I'll
that
pull it out
because your
and-
dad said that because he recognized
what I
the
was
tail
talking
of
about. Yeah.
the sword.
I'll pull the map out and open it.
Yeah.
And scroll.
It's
and
in the
I'll
black
show him.
ice.
It's up here.
It's approximately 26 miles deep into the black ice.
He also said to go to the general store in Verb and get gear specifically made for the black ice.
Yes. Vases, it'll eat your boots, it'll eat your shit.
Yeah.
Can't touch it for long periods of time already. Even magical boots. I mean, looks at you.
So we'll need to go to the general store when we're in Verb and get gear to handle all of that.
Cold weather gear.
Yeah. No, specifically for the black ice.
For the black ice, cold weather is
were you
different.
gonna
It's
say?
so cold.
I forgot. I lost my place. Oh, that was it. The other thing that I found out is that I think we're gonna go to Verb in a flying ship.
Flying ship. What do you mean? Like we're literally ship that flies?
Yeah. You know as much as I do. I'm just
Have I seen those?
telling you that that's what my dad said that we would probably be going in.
yeah, actually you have. Remember when the one was stolen?
Yeah.
You did see that when she was working for Miss Morrissey the first year she was here. She saw one.
So she would say, yeah, I've seen them.
Just for a split instance, you saw it.
Just for a second, but yeah. One got stolen from Beacon like a while ago.
It's like they have more than one.
I think so. Or do I know that?
You're not sure?
Oh, I would not be like, I don't know. I just know.
Actually, you probably wouldn't know it was stolen. You just saw one.
Okay, so I wouldn't have said that, yeah. Be like, no, I saw one fly outside the city a while back. They're really cool. They're not shaped like a ship, though. Like, they don't look like a ship.
Hmm.
They're different.
Dusty says, Spelljammers. They call it Spelljammers with major, minor help. Doesn't major. Some of them have stars, like the helmets, and you walk around, command ship, move it fast, slow, up, down, left, right, all directions, Y, X, everywhere.
Wow.
Fast on who uses it. Mages and clerics pilot them.
It's amazing.
Use your spells. I heard stories about them. There's a prisoner, Jaffa.
Jaffa?
Jaffa.
What is that?
From the Danitarium. Jaffa was his friend. In the tower. When I was jailed, the 100 years in the mask, Jaffa, I could hear Jaffa. He was sometimes I had to talk like that to Jaffa, because he was a ways down, and he would do the same and talk back and forth. nights, long nights. He told me stories. Remy's like this. So now it's ghosts and flying ships. Okay.
Get used to it, man.
Yeah, I ain't seen neither one yet.
You don't remember
We'll see.
that
Go-
ship? You don't remember.
I remember hearing stories about it. I remember the dragon
You
coming
know
into the city and
what?
taking that priest, destroying that building. I remember that.
I think
That
you've
I
got-
saw.
You've got such strong cognitive dissonance that if you saw it, I don't know if you'd even remember it. She'd smile at him.
Turns and looks at Dewey. He's like, "Hey, Dewey, can you make a flying ship?" Dewey's like,
Mhm.
"Is it a flying ship?" Dewey's like,
Biggest eye roll. We'll see tomorrow.
"Illusions." Yeah, we'll see. We'll
At-
see. If
at
there's a flying
dawn,
ship,
no
I mean
less.
literally a flying ship, like they said, it goes in the stars and all that bullshit, then we'll talk about the possibility of there being ghosts.
Mm.
I mean, I know there's creatures and monsters and things, but ghosts of people, like
Ghosts
if I
are
die,
good.
I'll have a ghost of me. That ain't happening. That's not real.
Well, it doesn't happen to everybody.
Hey, Remy, do you know where to get a notebook?
Could probably
And a
pick it.
writing device?
Yeah.
If I give you some gold, would you be willing to go pick one up for me?
Okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
She will.
How much do they cost?
What time is it?
About 9 o'clock in the evening, 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening.
Trying to remember.
We slept until noon. There's no way. We're gonna oversleep if we go to bed.
Well,
Where's the-
yeah. Yeah. If you went to sleep right now, it would be, well, let's just say, maybe about 8 hours, 7 hours, 7, 8 hours. You can get 8 hours in and still make it to the docks in the morning.
If we passed out right now.
If you passed out right now and went to sleep. You might want to eat something too, because you haven't eaten all day.
Yeah.
You guys are all very hungry.
Belle, you tried.
You're all very hungry and very tired.
Yeah.
So, your characters, will be
Does
headed
this-
out to Burb in the morning.
It doesn't say how much a notebook is. It
We'll
just
figure
says
it
how
out.
much paper.
We'll figure it out. He'll go and get it and bring it back to you. He can figure it. He can get it figured out. We'll do that. But we're gonna stop there for the evening. It's a perfect stopping point. It was a good episode. Thank you guys for coming so much. Like, subscribe, and share. And then the next episode, they're gonna be headed back to Verb, to another town, and on a Spelljammer. Twinks of Beacon. Thank you all again so much.
There's a gift inside the old gods granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, it rests your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, creatures that I fear, and heroes of the known. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you perceive. Rich Oh,